So today we are seeing the recipe of Vella Adai, that is the sweet adai, which is usually prepared for the Karadayan Nombu, which is falling on March 14th of this month. So this is usually celebrated by the married Tamil Brahmin ladies. While preparing the adai, I'll just narrate the story whatever I know. This is also called as Savitri Vrat or the Savitri Vradam. So let's see the recipe, and while doing the dish, I'll just narrate the story. So here I have switched on the stove. I have taken 1 cup of rice flour. This rice flour, this has to be fried till it changes color and you get a good aroma. For this festival, you need to take raw rice, wash it and spread it on a clean towel for about half an hour to 1 hour. Then you will have to powder it in the mixie or give it in the flour mill and get it powdered. Then you will have to pass it through a sieve. So usually this Karadayan Nombu festival, this falls in between the Tamil months of Masi Masam and Panguni Masam. So this is also known as the Savitri Vrat or the Savitri Vradam. So I think most of you will be knowing the story of Savitri and Satyavan. So I'll just share whatever I know. Savitri was a princess. She was the daughter of King Ashwapati. He was the king of Madra kingdom. Actually, the couple had no children for many years. After he prayed to sun god, Savitri was born. When she became of marriageable age, the king Ashwapati was on the lookout for a suitable groom for Savitri. But somehow Savitri did not like any of the princes who came to see her. So ultimately king told her, Savitri, you better look for a suitable groom for yourself. So Savitri went on a pilgrimage. There she met Satyavan. So Satyavan was the son of King Dyumatsena of Salva kingdom, actually who was blinded and who was conquered and was on exile in the forest. So Satyavan was on exile with his parents. They both were blind. There Savitri met Satyavan and she fell in love with Satyavan. So Savitri came and asked her father Ashwapati that she wanted to marry Satyavan, but somehow the king Ashwapati was not in favor of this. So he consulted Narada. So the Narada Muni advised Savitri not to marry Satyavan and also told her that lifespan of Satyavan was very short. In fact, in exactly a year, he would definitely die. Yet Savitri wanted to marry Satyavan. Somehow she convinced her father. Then she married Satyavan. So now this has changed color. I'll switch off the gas and transfer this to a plate. So this I have fried and kept it aside. For 1 cup of, I have taken the standard measurement cup of 1 cup. For 1 cup of rice flour, I have taken 1 1/4 cup of jaggery, powdered jaggery I have taken. For this we need, for 1 cup of rice flour, we need 2 1/2 cups of water. So here is 2 1/2 cups of water. It depends on the rice flour quality. Anyway, I am taking 2 1/2 cups. So we will switch on the gas. Let the jaggery melt. So when the jaggery is melting, I will continue with my story of Savitri and Satyavan. So Savitri married Satyavan and she was leading a very happy life with him in the forest. So just a day before Satyavan was to die, they both were in the forest, in deep forest, collecting the wood. Satyavan, after collecting the wood, he felt tired, suddenly, and he just lay down on the lap of Savitri and he breathed his last. Savitri could not take this. She knew pretty well that he is going to die exactly a year. But she wanted her husband's life back. So to get back her husband's life, she followed Yama. Yama told her umpteen times that there is no use following him, that he was only doing his duty, and Satyavan's life was over. But Savitri was convinced that she will go back only with her husband alive. So Savitri kept on following Yama, the god of death, and begged him to give the life back of her husband. Ultimately, Yama was moved a little. Then he told her that it is not possible. I'll give you 3 boons. So you can ask whatever you want. Savitri, as you know, she was very intelligent. So first she said, let the eyesight of my in-laws be given. So the first boon was granted. One more boon which she asked Yama, she said, let my parents be blessed with grandchildren. So without thinking, he said yes. And then she asked for one more boon, that let me be blessed with many children. Without thinking, he blessed her, yes, you will have children. Then she asked him, without my husband, how can I have children? Then Yama had no other go but to grant her wish. So he granted the life back of Satyavan. So this is the story of Savitri and Satyavan. So usually for the Karadayan Nombu, the married ladies tie a yellow thread. This is usually kept in the puja room the previous day, and then we tie it with a flower around it, and then we tie it around the neck after the puja is over, citing the slogam. I'll just share the slogam with you at the end of this recipe. So this festival mainly is celebrated for the welfare of their husbands and for the unmarried girls to get a suitable boy. So the jaggery has melted now. I'll switch off the stove. So I have kept a heavy bottomed vessel here. We'll filter this jaggery water into this. So for 1 cup of rice flour, I have taken 2.5 cups of water, 1.25 cup of jaggery. So I will switch on the stove now. I am going to add white lobia. See, this is the white lobia, dry one, which I have soaked in hot water for about 1 hour. Then kept it in the cooker for just 1 whistle. See, it is boiled well. You can take either this white lobia or the red lobia, that is the cowpeas. We call it as karamani in Tamil and alasande in Kannada. So I am taking about 2 tablespoons. I am adding 2 tablespoons of this boiled white lobia. You can add according to your requirement. You can add more also. I think that looks less. So I am adding a tablespoon more. So totally 3 tablespoons I have added. You can add according to your requirement. And we need to add coconut pieces of coconut or grated coconut. I am adding coconut pieces. See, I have cut it like this, thin pieces. This we will add. This is also about 2 tablespoons. This also you can add according to your requirement. Then we will add a teaspoon of elaichi powder or the cardamom powder. Now let the jaggery water boil. So for making this adai, you can either make it in the banana leaf or the plantain leaf, or if you don't have that, you can as well make it on the idli plates. Today I don't have the plantain leaf, so I'll just keep it on the idli plates. Let it boil. You can add a tablespoon of ghee. It's optional. So on this Karad and Nombu day, the married women fast till the puja is over. Then they have this adai, the savory one and the sweet one, along with banana. So we keep the betel nuts and the betel leaf along with the banana and the yellow charad, that is that yellow thread. We draw a small rangoli or the kolam below the plantain leaf, a small plantain leaf on which the thread, the adai, etc. will be kept. And after doing the puja, mainly to goddess Parvati or any Ambal, the ladies tie the yellow thread or the charad around their neck. So these days I don't know how many women will be able to fast, because on the 14th of this month, the Nombu timings, I was told it is in the evening. So those of you who don't have the, tradition of preparing this adai and sweet adai, please do give this a try. This will be very tasty and very easy to make too. So while tying the Nombu charadu, we need to chant this. உருகாத வெண்ணையும் ஓரடையும் நான் நூற்றேன், ஒரு காலம் என் கணவர் என்னை விட்டு பிரியாதிருக்க வேண்டும். Praying that my husband should never leave me. That means I should always be with my husband. So that is what it means. So this is done for the welfare of one's husband. So you are praying for the welfare of your husband. We'll add the rice flour little by little. We'll mix it without lumps. Keep it in low medium. Try to break the lumps like this with a spatula. Now this has come as a mass. I'll switch off the stove. When it cools down a bit, we'll pat the adai and steam it like idlis. Sweet adai dough has cooled down. Now I am going to make small balls and pat it into adais. You can pat the adais on plantain leaf or idli plates, or you can pat the adai on this also. This is the vadam tattu on which we make the sandige or the vadam. So here I am taking a small ball. I have greased it. I have taken a small ball. Just pat it on this. And some people pat it as a very thick kadai. I don't like that. So I pat it a little thin and make a small hole in between. See, like this. I think I can keep 2 on one plate. One more I'll show you. See, I've taken a ball. Just pat it here. Pat it as thick as you want or as thin as you want, and make a small hole in between like this. Then we'll keep it in the cooker and steam it just as we steam the idlis. I'll grease the next plate. I'll keep it in the cooker and steam it for 7 to 10 minutes. When this is cooking in the cooker, we'll start making the uppu adai or the savory version of the adai. So the sweet adai is over. I've steamed it in a cooker and switched it off after 10 minutes. See, let it cool, then we'll transfer to a plate or a vessel. So this is the manja charadu which we have to tie. It's a thin yellow thread. If you don't have this, you can just take a thread like this and smear turmeric on that. So I'm adding 1 cup of rice flour. So the procedure to make rice flour, as I told you, for the sweet adai it is the same. For the savory adai too. So soak raw rice, whatever quantity you want, soak it in water for about an hour. Then dry it on a clean towel for about an hour or so. Then get it powdered either in the flour mill or you can powder it at home in the mixie grinder to a fine powder. Then you will have to sieve it. So the powder has to be very fine. So for savory adai or the kara adai, you need not fry the flour for a very long time. That means it need not change color. It is just that you should be able to draw a line, just like a kolam. See? Are you able to see? So this is ready. We can just switch off the stove, transfer this to a plate and allow it to cool. So I have kept a heavy bottomed kadai on the stove. We'll switch on the stove. I'll add 2 tablespoons of oil. Any cooking oil. You can add gingerly oil also. I'll add a tablespoon of gingerly oil also. It will taste good. Any oil of your choice. Those who like coconut oil, they can add that also. So the oil is hot now. We'll add the tempering. I'm adding a spoon of mustard seeds. Then finely cut green chilies. You can add according to your requirement. I am adding about 3 chilies, finely cut like this, and curry leaves. So for 1 cup of rice flour, I am adding 2.5 cups of water. We will add the required salt. And the white lobia or the karamani, as I told you, the cowpeas. I am adding about 3 tablespoons. This also according to your requirement. And you can either add grated coconut or pieces of coconut like this. Thin slices of coconut. So this also according to your requirement. The more the merrier. It will taste very good. Let it boil. So now it's boiling. We can add the rice flour little by little. 1 teaspoon of salt is exact. Just now I tasted it. I checked for salt. Since I am not going to do any naivedyam, I thought let me just check the salt. So for 1 cup of rice flour, just a teaspoon of salt is fine. It tastes good. Now we can add the rice flour. It's boiling now. We'll add the rice flour. Mix it thoroughly. Break the lumps with the spatula. So just 2-3 minutes. We can switch it off after 2-3 minutes. I love this adai. You can eat this either with butter or chuttennai. We eat this with chuttennai. Chuttennai is the oil which has been used once, that is heated once. I usually don't reuse the oil, but for certain dishes I love chuttennai to go with that. So I just keep just 2 or 3 tablespoons of that. The rest usually I don't use, I discard it. So now this is over. I am going to switch off the stove and allow this dough to cool, and then we will pat the adai just like we patted the sweet adais. I will show you that also. See the sweet adai, they are cooked very well. So with 1 cup of rice flour, I got about 13 sweet adais. I will transfer this to a serving bowl, serving plate, and then show you. So the adai dough has become a little cool. Now we will pat the adai just like the sweet adai. I have taken a small ball, keeping these in the vadam stand. I have greased the plate. We will just pat it here. Make a small hole in the center. Like this, you pat all the adais. Both the adais are ready. Normally we eat this with butter. See, I have got so many. These are the savory adai, the sweet adai. Both I have kept it in a plate for presentation. We normally eat it with butter, that is unmelted butter. Only the ladies of the family will tie this, the married as well as the unmarried girls, and one has to be kept near the goddess Ambal. So after that, after doing the puja, we have to keep one near the god, the yellow thread. Then we will have to tie it around our neck, chanting the shlogam. Please do give this a try. If not for the festival, even if you don't have the festival, you can try it on one of these days for evening snack or either breakfast or dinner, whatever as you prefer. And do give me your sincere feedback in the comments. Thank you so much for watching my video.